Hello children, hello cuties. I welcome you all to another class of English for grade 1. Today we learn the lesson The Ugly Duckling. The Ugly Duckling. So ugly, what do you mean by ugly? Ugly is the opposite of beautiful. And what is duckling? Duckling is the young ones of a duck. So let's get started. So before that, let us have an exercise. Can you identify the babies of these animals? The first one is horse. The young ones of a horse, the baby horse is called a foal. What would be the next picture? Yeah, the pig. Pig's baby is called piglet. Sheep baby is called lamb. And chicken, yeah, the hens, small ones, the younger ones are called chick. The duck's young one is called duckling. So today the lesson is about the duckling, the ugly duckling. That means the baby duck. The next animal is cow. The young ones of cow is called calf. And the cat has a kitten. The deer has a fawn. The puppy is the young ones of dog. And the goose has the small ones. They are called gooselings. So now the story starts. Once upon a time there lived a duck, and the duck had 3 eggs with it, and they were about to hatch. Hatch means they were about to break and the chicks were about to come. So the duck is very eager. The mother duck has 3 eggs. Mother at her 3 eggs. So you see the picture. Mother at her 3 eggs. Mother has her 3 eggs. Then one egg moved. One egg moved and there was a sound. One egg moved and then there was a sound. What sound? Crack. Crack. What happened to the one egg? It moved and there was a sound. Crack. What happened to the egg? Out popped a tiny fluffy yellow duckling. Yeah, the first egg cracked and broke out. Who came out of the egg? Out popped a tiny means very small. Fluffy means very soft. Yellow color duckling. Duckling is the baby of a duck. So out popped a tiny fluffy yellow duckling. The mother duck was very happy. My first duckling, my first duckling. Mother duck clapped her wings. My first duckling, my first duckling. That means the duck says, my first baby has come out of the egg. My first duckling. I'm very happy, and he's clapping her wings. Then another egg moved. The second egg moved. Then another egg moved. Then there was a sound. Crack. The second egg moved and then there was a sound. Crack. What happened to the egg? The second egg also moved and there was a crack sound. Out popped a tiny fluffy yellow duckling. Out popped a tiny fluffy yellow duckling. So the second egg also broke up, and what popped came out of the egg? A yellow duckling. Very good. So the mother duck was saying, clapping her wings and saying, my second duckling, my second duckling, my second duckling. Duckling is the baby of the duck. So the mother duck was so happy. Now what happened? The third egg. The last and the third egg hasn't cracked. But why is it so big and grey? The egg is different. It is not like the other 2 eggs. It is very big very big and grey in color. So it hasn't cracked. The last egg hasn't cracked. It is big and grey. The egg is big and grey. Then out, what happened to the egg? Out popped a big grey duckling. The egg broke. The grey egg broke. And who came out? Out popped a big grey duckling. Out popped a big grey duckling. This is also baby of a duck. It is different. It is big and it is in grey color, not yellow duckling. So the mother duck and the two other yellow ducklings they were looking at him closely. Mother duck and the two little ducklings looked at him very closely. They called him the ugly duckling because the third egg broke and an ugly big grey duck came out, and they called him, "You are so ugly, you are not beautiful, you are not like us, yellow color, you are ugly, you are grey in color." So the third egg duckling was not happy to hear this. Then what happened? Did they make friend with the third duckling? No. The ugly duckling wanted to play with his brother and sister. The ugly duckling wanted to play with his The ugly duckling wanted to play with his brother and sister. But one of the ducklings said, "He is so big. I don't want to play with him. He is so big. I don't want to play with him." Then the other duckling said, "He is grey. I don't want to play with him. He is grey and big. I don't want to play with him." Hearing this, the ugly duckling was so unhappy. So many days passed. He got separated from the mother duck and the two ducklings. He started living on his own. The duckling grew big, but their bright yellow feathers grew dull. Whose bright yellow feathers? Yeah, the first and the second egg. The ducklings who came from the first and the second egg, they were yellow and fluffy in color. Their bright yellow color turned into brown. And what happened to the grey duckling? It also started growing. But did it grow into a duckling? A duck? Let us see. And the grey duck says, "No one talks to me, so I'm living on my own. No one talks to me." Then one day, the ducks saw a beautiful bird. One day, the ducks saw a beautiful bird when they were swimming in the pond. Then the little fluffy yellow duck, which now turned into brown and lost its yellow bright color, asked, "Who are you? Who are you?" Then the beautiful bird said, "I am your brother, the ugly duckling. You remember? I am the third egg, the grey and big egg. And I came out of the grey egg. So, I am your brother, the ugly duckling. You called me ugly duckling. So, I am your brother, the ugly duckling." Then the mother said, "You are not ugly duckling. You are a beautiful swan. That is why you look different when you were born." So the mother immediately recognized, the mother understood that the third egg was not the duck's egg. It was the egg of a swan. Maybe by mistake, the egg has come to the duck. So, the third big grey egg is the egg of a swan, and that's the reason you looked very different when you were born out of the egg. And now you look so beautiful and you are a swan. You're not ugly duckling. You are not ugly duckling. You are a beautiful swan. Then the beautiful swan was in the pond, and on the sky a group of swan flew above. The beautiful swan looked upwards into the sky. A group of swan flew above, and one of the swans said, "What a beautiful swan!" And another swan said from the sky, he said, "Join us. We are going to a happy land. We are going to our happy land." And they asked the beautiful swan to join them. Did the swan join? Let us see. Yes, the swan decided to fly. The swan decided to fly, and it said, the ugly duckling was now a beautiful swan. The ugly duckling was now a beautiful swan. He flew away and joined the other swans. He flew away and joined the other swans. Then the duckling said goodbye. Then the swan too said goodbye. And in this way, the third ugly duckling, which was actually a swan, flew away and joined his group of swans, isn't it? And then they said goodbye, and then they said goodbye. And then what happened? The mother duckling said, she said to her children, the two ducklings, "Remember, children, no one is ugly. We all are different." What lesson you learn from this story? Yeah, each one of you is different. You look different, isn't it? The way you speak, the way you talk, the way you walk, what we eat, what we dress, how we look, isn't it? Our customs, our traditions, the languages, everything is different from one person to another person in your school, isn't it? So why they are different? Because they are follow different customs, but not because they are ugly. So the lesson we learn is we should respect and love our friends who are different. We should never tell them as ugly. They are beautiful and they are different. You are also beautiful and you are different from them. So a beautiful lesson we learn from this story, isn't it? The ugly duckling changed into a beautiful swan. Now before going, this is the end of the story, I'll like to ask you some questions. A recap. Okay, are you ready? Okay, the first one is, Mother Duck looked at the dash eggs. There were 2 eggs or 3 eggs or 1 egg? Exactly, there were 3 eggs. What popped out of the first and the second eggs? Was it a tiny and fluffy yellow duckling or a big and brown duckling? What came out? Exactly, a tiny and fluffy yellow duckling. Third one, the egg moved and made a dash sound. Is it a crack sound or a hurry sound? It's a crack sound. Fourth one, the third egg was dash. The third egg was dash. Was it big and grey or big and yellow? Exactly, it was big and grey. Very good, children. Fifth one, they called the big and grey duckling the dash. They called the big and grey duckling the dash. The cute duckling or the ugly duckling? They called him exactly the ugly duckling. The two yellow duckling did not play with the dash. The two yellow duckling did not play with the dash. Big and grey duckling or cute and white duckling? Exactly, big and grey duckling. Seventh one. No one dash with the ugly duckling. No one talks or eat with the ugly duckling. Yes, no one talks with the ugly duckling. Eighth one. The bright yellow duckling's feather grew dash. They grew dull or glowing. They grew dull or glowing. They grew very dull. The ugly duckling, ninth one. The ugly duckling grew into a beautiful duck or swan? Swan. The ugly duckling grew into a beautiful swan. Tenth one. A group of dash flew above. Was it swan or swans? A group of swans flew above. 11th one. The beautiful swan flew away and joined the dash swans. Joined the other swans. No one is dash. No one is ugly or bad. No one is ugly. We all are same or different. We all look different or same. Yes, we all are different. We all are different the way we look. But we all are same within. Very good. So this comes to the end of the story, The Ugly Duckling. And I hope you should have understood the lesson very well. Read the lesson, enjoy the lesson reading. And now, if you really want further lessons to understand in the same way, do subscribe my channel, hit the notification bell and comment so that I can come up with exciting animated videos for you for better understanding. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.